Welcome in, friends. You're going to hear me later say that the reason we're creating this map is a secret. It's not. I'm going to tell you right now. I just recorded that back in November. So, in the video you're about to watch, we're going to create an archipelago. Basically, what's happening with that is every month this year is going to have a theme. And so once a month, we're going to, while doing other things along with that theme, we're going to pick an island from this archipelago and create it based on that theme. So this is the creating of that so that when you see it in later videos, you'll have seen how it was created. You don't need to hear me talk anymore. You can talk to past Chick. Let's get over there. So we're gonna watch the video of me making this map. Think that's the right call? Yeah, I think that's the right call. I don't know what's gonna happen, but we got a chick of rage going on. Just speed test, the internet's fine. Yeah, so it's probably just my computer shitting the bed, maybe, I guess. Chick of rage indeed. Okay, so this is the video of me making the map, and you'll see us get to the point where we're actually going to, like, make it from here. But I wanted to do something kind of fun, maybe. You know, lots of people, like, randomize their maps by using, like, rice or beans or whatever, so this is what I did. So I dropped some beans. We'll get to the point where a bunch of the beans just fly off the thing, and so I kind of placed them instead. But the reason for this is because I wanted to specifically make an archipelago, which I've been saying wrong for like my entire life. So I wanted each of these to be kind of like, this is where an island is going to be, and then use rice to kind of like make the shape of it better. Iggy was mostly a good boy. He only went off after it a couple of times. But so here, like, I drop a little bit of rice where there is a bean. And if two beans were together, I put a little bit more rice on them. So maybe that one. The other one I definitely put a second rice on, the two that are right beside each other, because I do want each of those to be their own islands. And I'm doing the islands for a specific reason that I'm keeping a secret for now. And then I just kind of like sprinkle a little bit more rice. So this is what it looks like right after I put the rice and the beans down. And then I went through and the places where I wanted to kind of define the edges a little bit more. I moved stuff. And then we're going to take that image that just showed and we're going to like create our borders and stuff in GIMP. So this is our thing. Hey, I'm live again. Okay, so this is this is our rice and beans. And I decided afterwards this wasn't like originally my idea, but I think I kind of want to make each of the beans like the capital city of each of the islands. And then as well as like the big pieces of island, I'm probably gonna use some of these like little rices off to the side. So yeah, I'm gonna create a new layer here and we're gonna start defining those borders. I didn't say this at the top, but this is probably gonna be like a little less like talking to you about the map and more just like co-working and like talking to you about whatever the heck you want. Like obviously I'm going to talk through my process because otherwise I'll just be sitting here saying nothing. But there isn't a whole lot of information created about like the places on this map yet, obviously. So I'm just going to be saying, oh, I'm going to put this line here. But if you guys want to ask questions, talk about whatever, feel free. I'm probably gonna zoom in on some stuff to get like a closer border. Really define some of these rice grains perhaps. And I guess we should also mark the beans since we're going to actually end up getting rid of that bottom layer. So let's go with this one for, actually there's one that I know the kind of, yeah, this one here, I kind of know where I want to put this border because I like the idea of it having kind of like a bay here, I guess. When you don't have to like go like right up next to the rice by any means, but having like perfectly straight borders looks kind of funky. So the rice does help like really add that texture to the edges of the borders. Not that I'm like a phenomenal map maker by any means. I've just watched a lot of videos on map making. And that's kind of like the advice that they give. there is a reason that I'm specifically making an archipelago, but I'm keeping it a secret for now. So the inspiration, well, there isn't really like a whole lot of inspiration. I obviously know this was a joke question too, but the actual inspiration is like excruciatingly vague. And you'll find out about it either near the end of this year or at the beginning of next year. So in addition to this, we're not going to do a whole lot of work on deciding like biomes or anything like that. This is purely just getting some borders for the islands. The rest of that will come. So we're not going to be adding mountains or forests or anything to this yet. And obviously, like, you could use this same sort of thing to, like, make continents or to find, like, your territories within a continent, too. Like, if you had, like, a full map and you just, like, that would be kind of fun to see, like, what other kind of maps we could make with these, like, rice and beans. Make, like, a big continent and then use this as a way to, like, create borders within a continent. That might be kind of fun as well. that instead of getting rid of the layer like I said I was going to, I think it makes sense to keep it around. And maybe try to use the rice again to like find some like waterways or things like that, perhaps. I don't know if that will actually be useful, but it might be an interesting thing to try. Like that, it kind of looks like a squig. After finishing the outline for this one, I realized that it kind of looked like it had legs, and so I decided to make them tentacles instead, and I'm wondering if that's going to actually play into something later. At this point, I've honestly forgotten all of the themes that I've chosen, so I don't know, we'll see what happens later in the year, I guess. guys will just have to wait and see what that means. Because I'm not gonna tell you yet. But if you've been here long enough, oh. I hate that I did that. But I can't really use black because all of the lines are black. Let's, like, just, I don't know, something like that. I know that's not watercolor. Oh god, that's also terrible. Get me out of here. Let's just leave it like that. I hate it. But that's it. That's the map.